Hello, my name is Adolfo and this is Life of Adolfo. Today I'm going to talk about one of the options going to Borobudur Temple from Yogyakarta City. My option was to go from the train station stop to Borobudur Temple from the exit of Pinto Kalior. And the option that I took was the van, the Danbury van. The way that I did that is before you exit, you're going to make a right after you get off the train. And there's some vendors. One of the vendors is the Danbury Jogja, and they give van rides to near the Borobudur Temple, which is one of the stations nearby. The vans are white with yellow and blue stripes, and they have Danbury, but you need to talk to the vendor. And to purchase the tickets, you need to purchase them on the same day. You cannot purchase them one day ahead or two. The van, when we went, it only had like 2 extra personnel inside, so they don't give food sometimes, depending on the amount of people that go. These are the vendors, Danbury Jogja. Like I said, they charged me 80,000 rupee heading that way. The van is comfortable, AC, and depending on the stops is how long it's going to take the ride. I believe it took us between 30 to 45 minutes to get to the station. Once on the station, we got off, the van left. One of the vans that heads back, I recommend you to ask, is at 1 p.m. Not sure if there's more afterwards. And from there, we decided to take the motorcycles to the Borobudur Temple since we didn't know the terrain or how complicated it was going to be heading that way. Going back, we did walk about 20 minutes or 25 minutes going back to the van. Once you arrive to the Borobudur ticket counter, on the left side it will be the foreigner, on the right side it will be for domestic or for locals, Indonesians. As for the price for foreigner to go onto the temple structure, it will cost 455,000 for adult, 305 for child. And to remain on the ground floors, it will be 375 for adult and 225 for child. Now, if you're trying to go to the structure, there's only 8 sections. The first one is at 8:30, and there's a quota of 150 personnel per session, meaning 1,200 can only climb to the top. The rest will remain on the bottom or just on the facility, around the facility of the structure without going to the top. They will give you a bracelet. The bracelet has a code, and the code is they will scan it going inside and exiting the Borobudur Temple. There's also some signs that says do not give the code out, do not let them take pictures. They're going to give you some flip-flops and about the bracelet and to remain in the facility while your section is called to go to the top. You will see also some signs telling you about the Borobudur Temple, and the UNESCO one, I believe, is 592. That's the UNESCO number for the Borobudur Temple. And this sign is about the rules for photography. I did not see anything about tripods. I do know that a lot of UNESCO sites don't allow you to use tripods. I was in Angkor Wat. I did take my tripod, but they didn't let me plant it and take photos with it. Now for the Borobudur sign inside, that's a good photography site. And right after this, you will see the sandals that they give you, so you could use while you go to the top of the structure. These are free, and these are the ones that you have to use. After this, you will go to your second stop, which is the area where people wait on their section to go to the Borobudur Temple. There's a TV, there's a area where there's a roof just in case it rains, like it rained when we were there. And there's also maybe about 150 seats. And this is the Borobudur Temple. This is the afterwards after we went to the top. After we finished our sessions, the tour guides took us inside to the levels of the Borobudur Temple, and he gave us an option if we wanted to go up by ourselves, and we accepted that because we wanted to go to the place without not a lot of people in it. So we decided to go to the 8, 9, and 10 level, which there's 10 levels on the Borobudur. Now on the 10 level, we're not allowed to go there. The level 7, that's when you, according to him, that's Nirvana. And level 8 is where there's 32 stupas. Level 9 is 24 and level 10 is 16. Each stupa has a Buddha with the exception of one. According to him, he said that the reason there's one missing is because when they were restoring the Borobudur temple, they noticed that one of the Buddhas was not an original. And they decided to remove it. They believe it was the Dutch that put the like a replica inside, and they removed it and they put it inside the museum, which is located inside the facility of the Borobudur area. Other key facts that about the Borobudur is it's 10 levels. We're not allowed to go to the 10th, like I mentioned. It's in the city of Megalon. It's part of the UNESCO since 1991, number 592. The hours of operation are 6:30 to 4:30. The first session is at 8:30. If you arrive early, they might let you go and look at the Borobudur by itself, since you're not allowed to go up yet until it's time to go up with your bracelet. Now, other things, key facts, is that it was built with on 2,000 cubic feet or 56,600 cubic meters of gray volcanic stone. It's the largest Buddhist temple. The Angkor Wat is considered the largest, but it's into small complexes. And this one is as in a full. And the Angkor Wat started as a Hindu temple that converted into a Buddhist temple. There's also 2,672 relief panels and over 504 Buddhist statues. Now, for the Buddhist statues, some of them are missing their heads, and according to some of the research that I made, is that there's looters and people that stole some of the items. And I also noticed on some of the research that some of it is located in Bangkok, and not in Bangkok, in Thailand, in one of the museums. One thing that he did not mention is that on the level 10, on the stupas, in January 21, 1985, there was 9 bombs located that damaged 9 of the stupas. One thing he did mention is that once a year, there's monks that come to the temple, and one time he did mention that, I forgot from, I believe it was Yogi Karna, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, that they walk, from the monks walk all the way to that area of Indonesia to the Borobudur temple. It's called the Waisak ceremony. It happens once a year on a full moon. I believe I'm not sure if it's April, May, or June. It's one of those months that it happens. Now, the temple was built between 778 and 850 AD by the Sailandra dynasty. A couple of things also noted is that it was left behind by the monks during one earthquake. I'm not sure what year it was, but that's when it was abandoned. And it was restored 2 times during this time. And one of them was restored in 1911, and the second one, it was restored in 1983. I believe that 1983 was by the government and UNESCO, and in 1991, that's when it was part of the UNESCO. Hopefully I did mention that it was 2,500 relief panels and 504 Buddhist statues that are in the Borobudur temple. This is ranked one of the 3 Southeast Asia great archaeological sites. One of them is in Bagan, Myanmar, and the other one is Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Now there's another temple nearby, and as you can see in this video, the Buddhas are missing their heads. Like I said, there was looting. And another keynote of this is that I've been to this one and I went to the Hindu one. It's nearby. I don't want to say it's nearby, but it's in the Yogyakarta city on the facility around it. And for me, I like this one more as a building as a whole. The other one is like 5 little areas that there's temples. I believe it's called Paramban. Don't quote me on that. Now this is the museum. I was trying to look for the monk, not the monk, the Buddha that they took out. But there's a lot of Buddhist temple statues in here. There's one on the far right when you turn around. And I believe it's the one that it's gated or there's a chain around it. And that's why I decided to record it, since all the writing is in Indonesian, so I couldn't understand what all the writings were on each Buddha temple, Buddha statue.